best friends. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. It's me, Avina Divine. I'm back with another video today. Guess what? Guess what? It's my birthday.
2 times for the birthday cheer. 3 times for the birthday cheer. Go ahead and visit your birthday cheer. Get up and visit your birthday. Get up and visit your birthday. Get up and visit your birthday. Get up and visit your birthday.
So I'm going to brunch with my best friends and my sis and my boo. Like, we about to go out and we are about to have fun. So I'm going to just record my makeup look for the video. I recorded my hair being done. Shout out to Hollywood Heritage. That's my boo. Like, that's my boo. She slayed my hair. Slayed. But y'all see, once I have everything done, the whole shebang, you know, together or whatever. But I'm acting a fool. But also the hair that I have installed is her hairline as well. So I'm gonna link all that below, where you can find her, you know, how you can get your hair done and everything, because she's amazing. And also she has an amazing personality. She's so easy to talk to. So I'm definitely gonna put her stuff below so you guys can check her out, because she's cool, you know. Like, that's my best friend now. Like, we cool. But yeah, so today I already did my eyebrows for you. If I look crazy, it's because I'm looking to this light and it's like low-key blinding me. Today I already did my eyebrows and I did some color correcting because, you know, today's my day. Okay, I have to slay. Ooh, that rhyme. So yeah, I already did some color correcting. So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. I do not know what I'm going to be doing with my face, my eyes, or anything. So this is like a get ready with me, low-key. Like, low-key, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a get ready with me, because I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have this skirt and it has yellow in it, and I want to play in yellow. I don't know if that's a good or bad idea, because I'm going out and I'm not gonna have time to fix this. So let's do it. Like, let's do it. Let's just do it. Of course, I'm gonna feature NYX. This is the Brights palette USP04. Excited because I went to a marketing event, I would say. It's called Beauty Meets Media, and they had vendors there, and I decided to pick up this palette, Luna Beauty. And so I'm gonna be featuring that today as well, because, you know, she has some shimmers in here, and I just want to try it out, because I did some swatches while I was there. So I really think that this will be a good palette to use, as well as these colors over here. So we'll see. So I guess it'll be a review about this palette too, because this will be my very first time using this palette, and I'm very excited to actually take advantage and use it. So yes, and I will link her stuff below too. I have her social media. I don't have her card, but I have her social media, so I'll definitely link this below so that you guys can pick you up one as well, so you guys can kind of take a first look with me. We can decide on it together. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. Do not be alarmed, it is lighter than me, significantly lighter, but we want that pigment to show up. So I'm just gonna put some there, put some here, and then we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen. I'm gonna go in with Chocolate Drop here. Okay, that pigment trying to come through. Trying to come through for the kid. But yeah, I was very excited. Girl's about to be turning 24. Well, I did turn 24 today. And I don't know, it just feels different. I don't know how it feels like. I feel like with turning 24, like I'm just realizing what I want to do in life, and that for me has been like scary, but also like eye-opening, also like enjoying the journey. Like sometimes you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. Like I feel like everybody probably feels like they should be further in life or whatever the case is. And some people are doing very well for themselves, so maybe they don't have that feeling. But you know, I feel like I could be doing way better. But then I have to also realize, wow, like I've come a very long way from where I've been in life. You know, like I've been in some low places in life, and I feel like I've come such a far way with where I've been. And for me, that you have to always realize where you are is where you're gonna be, and you have to be able to be okay with that and just grow in your timing. Don't look at everybody else, because looking at everybody else is just gonna cause you to slow up. Like that's what you have to feel like. I feel like when everybody realizes that, then that's when everybody will be able to be successful and not be so jealous of other people. When you realize like you're in your own time, you're walking your own path, like you're in this situation for a reason, and just learn to love it. Like you don't have to be where that other person is. Like learn to love where you are. Learn to love your journey. And that's what I'm doing. I'm learning to love my journey. I'm learning to love everything that I offer, like as far as in friendships, at my job, in relationships. Like I'm just learning to love myself even more. Like I feel like there's when people say like you really have to love yourself, like you really have to love yourself, like they are not lying. Like if you don't love yourself, you're always gonna feel like you're not enough or whatever the case is, and you are enough. You're more than enough. It's okay to go at your own pace. It's okay to have your own journey. It's okay to have your own experiences. Like you're gonna get far as long as you just keep on with the path. And that's what you have to remember. Okay? I remember when I was coming out of high school, and I was just a little about me. I was coming out of high school, and I did not, this is actually about to be a real personal. Like I've never really had this conversation with people. But either way, I was coming out of high school, and I had not the last year of school, I didn't have like the best time. I'm actually gonna use the Dare to Be Different palette just to go ahead and blend out that crease just a little bit. I'm gonna take a lighter color here from the palette and just blend it out a little bit. But I did not graduate with everybody. I graduated in my year, but I graduated in the summer. I did not graduate. I did not walk with my whole class, like with my best friends, like, you know, and that was very hard for me to deal with, I would say, because I'm like, man, I feel like a failure. Like all my friends are graduating. I'm not at graduation. What are people gonna think about me? Like, what are people gonna say? But I made some decisions in my life that I probably shouldn't have made, and that is why I'm unhappy with myself, because I felt like I let down my parents too. And my parents are honestly the most amazing parents anybody can have. Honestly, anybody can have. And I feel like I let down my parents because you know, I couldn't have them come to my graduation like with everybody. And so I just felt like I was a failure at that time. I was so depressed. And honestly, if I wasn't so focused on my relationship with my boyfriend at the time, I feel like I would have definitely been way more focused. And it wasn't, and I'm not blaming him at all whatsoever. But I was focused on my relationship. I was focused on things that regular teenagers are focused on, but I just let it consume my life. Also, I was going through a very hard time as far as at home, and I'll tell my whole story because I've really been through a lot. But I was going through so much at home too, and so I was like not in the space that I was solely focused on school. Like I was focused on surviving, like getting through the next day, like. And yes, I'm so sorry guys, but I was telling y'all how I got a boyfriend and whatnot, and it was too young. And I remember, so I was on the step team. I went to the step team. Before school, we would start practice like a couple weeks before school or whatever. That's what I was saying. And okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this one here. And I think that my step team, and I was telling them how I had started dating somebody, and they started laughing because it was somebody you would never think I would date or whatever. And it was just so funny because they were just laughing. I was like, okay, whatever. So yeah, I started dating him the ending summer of 12th grade year. So I was going into 12th grade. I believe that's what I think happened. Maybe it was going to 11th grade. Yeah, I think it was going into 11th grade. Yeah, 11th grade. So I started dating him, and I don't know what it was, but we just thought we couldn't do without each other. Like, I don't know what the situation was, to be honest, to be completely honest with you. But let's see what happens. Okay. Let me try to pack it on. Let me put some more glue on because I didn't put a lot of glue because I didn't want it to dry up. But we thought we was in love, okay? So I was so focused on that relationship that I allow it to consume me. And I shouldn't have done that. Also, like I said, I was going through other stuff in school, so that was like an escape for me. And I just felt like if I wouldn't have been focused on the things that were going on in my life, and I would have just sat down and said, okay, Tiffany, your end goal is to finish school. So let's get your head back in the game, you know? And my parents, you know, they were on me. Me and my mom, oh my Jesus. Me and my mom, and I love my mom. My mom's like my best friend. Me and my mom were going through it at the time too, because she was on me. But you know when you don't listen to your mom? You know when you don't listen to your mom because you think you know everything and you really don't? That was me. I did not listen. I was very hard-headed and I wanted to do it how I wanted to do it. And that's where you go wrong, is when you feel like your mom that's sitting here telling you, like, Tip, stop, like, the path you're going on is not okay. And and you feel like you don't need to listen. And then at the end you feel like crap because you like, dang it, I should have listened to my mom. That was me. That was me for sure. Now I say that all the time. Like, now I'm like, dang, mommy. and now I listen much more when she says stuff. But you know, you're still supposed to go on your own path. You're still supposed to have your own path. And that I feel like, and you feel like when you're a child, you feel like you want to create your path. Like you don't want to just do stuff because your parents say to do it or whatever. And my parents, like, they did give us the freedom to choose our own path as well. Like they don't force anything on us, and that's what I really truly love my parents, because they will, of course they guide me and different things like that, but they allow us to make our own mistakes, and they don't judge us for it, and I love them for that. I love them. And so that journey there had me feeling like I was not enough. Like, dang, I didn't pass school. Like, I'm a failure, different things like that. And I allowed myself to feel that way. I allowed myself to get down and not appreciate who I am, appreciate me for me and who I am. So, that's where I messed up. And now to this day, I'm like, okay, Tiff. Now, when I went away, so after that, I went away. After I didn't graduate, I went away to Florida. And it wasn't the best time. So that there allowed me to go through and really understand, because I remember that same boyfriend, when it was time for me to go, he told me he was gonna meet me up to see me before I went to, because I wasn't planning to come back for a little bit. Like I was going away to get my head together and everything. And he told me that he was gonna meet me up or whatever to see me before I went to the airport. Well, he decided not to. And I just remember on the way to the airport, I was boo-hoo crying. Because in the whole situation, somebody that you care about, love at the time, like you're like, dang, like this person really doesn't care about me. So that's when I went to Miami and I decided, you know what, Tiffany, no, you just sacrificed so much for a relationship, for the things you were going through, like everything, because you could not get yourself together and you didn't understand who you were. So I decided, when I was in Florida, because I'm actually from Miami, I decided that I was going to love myself more than anything, because I felt like I lost sight of that. I felt like I was so caught up in like young love, and I lost sight of myself and who I was. I was emotional for no freaking reason. I would start crying, and I wasn't really a crier over stuff, but I would just start crying out of nowhere. And I didn't like that person. Like I was so emotional and just moody and just, like I was like, what's wrong with your attitude? Like, and I was mean. I wasn't nice. Like I wasn't nice. And you realize you hurt the people you love the most. Like you really do. And when you start to hurt the people you love is when you need to check yourself, because then that means something that you're going through, you're taking it on them. So I went to Florida, whatever, and that's when I had a lot of time alone. I was just sitting there loving on myself. Like I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm going to choose me over anybody else. Like I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna work and I'm gonna get money and whatever, and I'm gonna figure out what I wanna do. So after 3 months of being in Florida, I went back home, and then I went back to my job. And then once I went back to my job, I was like, okay, this isn't what I want to do. I was working at Giant at the time, and I moved from being a cashier to being in the pharmacy. And at first I was kind of playing with the idea of being a pharmacist tech. So now we're gonna start off with the face. Sorry guys, what do you guys think? I might do a little bit something else, but I think that it's kind of nice, right? Like kinda. Okay, we're gonna work with it. And we're gonna clean up this. I think I'm gonna do like a lighter yellow in the corners here. I don't know, we're gonna make it happen now. But we're gonna move on to the face. So I already primed. I primed with my Smashbox. I love this primer here. And then I also used my NYX first base primer. So I sprayed myself with that and I let it sit. The reason why I did my eyes because we're doing glitter, so I decided to do my eyes first. I don't know which foundation to use, so we're probably gonna mix some foundation today. Cause yeah. But yes, I'm going to go in with the Hourglass foundation. First of all, let's talk about this daggone foundation. I love this foundation. Like, I feel like it matches so well with my skin. It just goes on. It be having my skin looking flawless. Like, I love this foundation. And it was actually recommended to me by my boo in Sephora. I'm literally losing her name right now. I'm losing her name. But shout out to you. You know who you are. She recommended this to me. And she took time. Like, she applied it on my face. So, yesterday I was oily. At the end, I got up at 5 and I went all the way till 6, almost 7. So we'll see today how it plays out. But I'm just oily in general, so I expect that I'm probably gonna have to like blot my face. Came back from Florida, started back working at the pharmacy. And I honestly made that decision to go to Florida so quick. I was like, I gotta get out of here. It's like I was running so fast from something, like so fast. It was literally like I was running. And came back, worked in the pharmacy. And then I was like, I wanna do more. Like, I don't wanna, even though I was good at being a pharmacist tech, I was like, this is not what I want. This isn't what I want. And, I gotta figure out what I want. And then at the time, so I worked in Giant, so all my little, I had people in high school that would come or whatever that I would see, and we would say, hey. There was this one girl, her name is Tiara. She came in, and at the time she was a leasing associate. And we saw each other and we were just catching up and whatnot, and she was like, hey Tiff, and she's telling me where she was working and stuff, and she was like, you would be so amazing at this, like, you're really good or whatever. And I was like, okay, let me go try to figure out how to be a leasing associate, because I do think that'd be something I would like. Plus, girl, the pay was good, so I was like, yes, let me figure this out. So that's when I started applying. Then started applying for that, and then I decided to go to the mall and try to find a job there, because I was just over being at Giant. Like, I didn't want to be there anymore. I wanted something more, so I decided to work at BB as a stylist there. So I started working there, and I worked there for about a year. Then I finally found it in with being a leasing associate. When I tell you that process was so long, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, things do not come easy for me. Like, made the decision to work at BB and had to wait probably over, it was what, 6 months? Like, I applied, I was applying, I was going on interviews, and then I wasn't getting the job. So I was like, okay, cool, not a problem. And that was for a whole year, because yeah, I was at BB for a whole year. And then I was like, okay, no problem. But I'm not gonna give up. Like, I'm gonna keep at it. I really want this job. So that's when I got a call back instantly. I put in my application, and I instantly got a call back from this one company, the actual same company that I work with now. And I was like, bet. The lady basically told me I was hired on spot. So I was like, perfect, I can start. Yes. Well, no. No, that wasn't the case at all whatsoever. I was there, and I didn't have my license at the time, but I was getting my license. I was in the process of getting my license, and I did not know for the job that you needed to get your license. You need to have, because it didn't say that. But once, you know, she told me that, yeah, you're gonna need your license or whatever. So I immediately started, well, I was already in the process of getting my license, but it was taking forever. So I was like, all right, okay, you wanna play with me? So my car wasn't the best at the time, so my coworker decided to let me use her car. And I didn't know how to use her car, so immediately, this is actually so funny that I'm talking about this. Immediately, the lady, so we go to pull off, and I'm not used to her car. I'm a good driver. My dad taught me how to drive, okay? And he is very, like, he don't play about it. So he made sure that I was a good driver, and I felt very comfortable to go and do it. But I shouldn't have used this lady's car because I failed immediately because I was not used to the car that she had. So I was so mad because I got into the car, and this lady, she was not the nicest whatsoever. She was not the nicest, okay? She got into the car, and we put in on our seatbelts. Like, I passed the first part, you know, like checking everything, putting on my seatbelt and everything. And then we went to pull off, and the car did something funky. And the lady was like, no, put the car in park. You failed. I was like, what? What do you mean? I was like, no, because this was like, I had to get the job. So I was like, no, what do you mean? No, let me try again. Like, no, like, I'm not, this is the first time I'm using this car or whatever, so I'm not comfortable with it. She was like, no, put the car in park. Like, she was fearing for her life. I'm like, woman, it's not that bad. It was not that bad. Like, you over exaggerating right now. Don't play with me. So, but I'm young, so she probably was like, I'm not about to lose my life over some teenager that don't know how to drive. Yo, when I tell you she was so serious, she was so serious. She was like, no, put the car in park. We're done. You failed. I was like, okay, say it one more time. Say it one more time, like square up. I was like, okay. So then I was like, I was legit holding my tears, and my dad was sitting there waiting for me, like so excited, and boom, another failure I felt. I was like, yo, this is ridiculous. Like, I can drive. Like, stop. So I was so upset about that. And there was another situation where I felt like I was a freaking failure in life because I did not freaking pass. And the lady, like, she was not playing. So then I had to schedule the time to come back or whatever. And I did. I scheduled the time to come back. But then when they asked me, do I have my license yet for the job, I had to tell them no because, you know, I didn't tell them what happened, but I told them no. And so they gave the job to somebody else because it was taking for me too long. So I was like, okay, no problem. Like, no problem. I'm just going to work at BB. And at the time, BB wasn't giving me that many hours. So I was idle. And you never want your mind to just, you just never want to not be doing anything in your life because that's when you just make bad choices in life. And that's not the situation that you want to be in. And I'll kind of tell y'all about that later on. I don't know if I'm ready to expose all of me, you know. But yeah, that's not the situation you want to be in. So after that, I was like, fine. And I wasn't giving up. Like, I was still trying to get my license and whatnot. It just took a little longer, and I finally got my license. Whoop, whoop, y'all. Hey. So I got my license or whatever. And actually, I was so happy when I got my license because the day I got my license, I went to the lady because the lady was there. God really be trying to, he be showing up in front of your enemies. Yo, it's so funny when you be using terms like that when you a Christian and stuff like that. Like, this woman was not my enemy. She was just afraid for her life. But he be showing up in front of your enemies, okay? But either way, I was like, yep, got my license. Like, I just held it up. I was like, hey, like, somebody drove with me. Like, somebody passed me. Even though it wasn't you, I still got it. Like, you wasn't gonna stop my glory. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I got my license. I was so psyched. I was so freaking psyched. And then, but I still didn't have the job. So I was a little upset. Like, I was still like, dang, like, only if I could have got my license. Girl, well, I remember this. I was sitting in a hotel, and I got a call. And I was like, who? I'm actually doing a video, so say hey to my best friend. They coming over. Hey, hey, hey. All right, I'm going. So I got this number, and I remember the number from when I kept calling, because I was calling the lady at the time and like following up with the job, because they didn't tell me that they had went with another person until I called one time. So I remember the number, and I was like, I know this isn't those people. Like, why would they be calling me right now? So got on the phone with them, and they were like, it didn't work out with the person that we hired. Mind you, this was like a month later. We really want you. Did you figure everything out with your license? And I was like, yes, I did. Like, yeah. Like, and they were like, okay, just come in for another interview. We're gonna have you interview with the regional manager. And girl, I was like, what's meant for you is for you, yo. Like, no matter when it comes, it's for you. So I was so happy. I just remember being so happy. I was like, yes, I finally succeeded at something. So your girl got the job, honey. And that's when and now 4 years later, here I am. But I said that to say, yo, don't doubt yourself, because it really is a journey in life that you're going through. And that's just one story. Like, I could tell y'all many stories that I've been through. Like, that's just like the beginning story. Not even the beginning of my life, because we can go way back, but that's just the beginning. Things it just don't come easy for me and my family. Like, it's always been that way. Always, since I could remember. And my family is it's a church going family. Like, both of my, y'all about to expose this, both of my parents are pastors, okay? Both of them. Both. How both? Both of my parents are pastors, yes. And I've just seen them be such amazing people. And for the stuff that we've been through, I just be like, why, God? How you gonna do this to people that's faithful, okay? Faithful, like, you know. And so that really made me like kind of like be like, what's up, God? Like, what we need to talk, sir. What's the issue? What's going on? Because everything that I be wanting in life never comes easy for me. So that makes me think, sorry, I can't be having no bad verbs over here. That makes me think sometimes, like, dang, like, am I ever gonna make it? Like, you know, am I ever going to? Yes, my camera cut off again, girl. But that just allowed me to see that, you know, in life, like, and it always happens like this. In life, you're gonna go through things. Like, no one said it was easy. You're gonna go through things. Things are gonna test your faith. If you have, you know, if you believe in Jesus or whatever you believe in, okay? You're gonna be tested, but you have to be able to, like, see the bigger picture. You're going through it for a reason. And I never used to think like that. I just used to be like, why us? Like, why? Like, I don't understand. We're good people or whatever. And then I would look at other people and I'm like, what are they doing what are they doing that I'm not doing? Like, you know, what, am I doing something wrong? Like, tell me what I'm doing wrong, you feel me? Like, let me know. So that loving yourself, okay? Loving yourself, learning your journey, that's what brings me back to, okay, what we first started talking about. Loving yourself and loving the journey that you're on. Now, of course, there's things that I want in my life. Even with being on YouTube, I'm like, when I first decided to start my YouTube, I was like, who's gonna watch me? Like, you know, like, what do I have to give to the people? You know, like, yeah, I'm learning makeup. I'll tell you about the story I felt when I fell in love with makeup. Maybe that'll be my next video. When I fell in love with makeup, I was watching, like, I started watching Alyssa Ashley first. That's why I feel like I saw it, or Sandra Deluxe, I think that's her name. It was them two that I started watching. And I was like, wow, they're so good, or whatever. And then, like, I started doing little stuff on my face. And I'm not gonna get into it because I'm gonna do a whole video on it. But I realized I fell in love with makeup, right? Fell in love. And then I was like watching the videos and I was like, I could do that. Like, I could do that. And I feel like I have a story that I could tell. And so I was going back and forth with the idea and I'm like, how would I do it? Like, I don't know how to work a camera, whatever. So I started researching it. Even with just getting one video out there, I felt like, dang, like things just kept coming up, like batteries. Like, I just remember one time I was setting everything up and I started recording and the camera shut off and I started crying. I was like, and it's dramatic, but I started crying. I was like, what the heck? I can't do Nathan. This is ridiculous or whatever. But I kept going. Again, because when you have a good support system and they won't allow you to give up, honestly, that's the best feeling in the world. So, you know, that helped me. But things are gonna be hard in life and you have to love your journey. And that's what I'm learning to do. I'm not as far as I wanna be, no. I haven't accomplished half of my dreams. I have dreams bigger than the freaking sky. Okay, I've always been taught to dream big. So have I accomplished all my dreams? Heck no. I'm just getting started, okay? I'm just getting started. So I'm excited now, but it took me so long to love myself and love who I am and love my weirdness and love just everything about myself for me to get to where I am right now. Not saying that I have it all together, no I don't. Not saying that I know everything, no I don't. Like, not saying any of that. Just saying that I love myself and the decisions that I'm accepting where my life is going and whatever is being thrown at me. I'm not gonna give up, period. And that when you decide that you're never going to give up, like, no matter how I could get to where I want to be 10 years from now, I'm not gonna give up though. Like, you're not about to catch me slipping. You really not about to catch me slipping out here. Like, you may catch me, like, you know, about to fall, but when I pop back up, don't say nothing. Honestly, that's how I feel. Like, that's how I'm feeling in life right now. Like nothing can stop me right now. But myself. Yourself is the biggest person stopping you. I'm telling you. Yourself. When you allow yourself to start saying things in your head, like, my weight fluctuates and, you know, I'm back to working out every day and stuff and eating really healthy and whatnot. And if I did not sabotage myself for so long, I would have been where I wanted to be as far as in my weight loss journey. But your girl was slipping and tripping and dipping, okay? And look, I love food, man. Food is hard. Food is hard. And so I just realized I can't eat certain things because then I'll blow up or whatever. And so you just gotta know that about yourself. Like, you just have to know these things. You have to know yourself, and that comes with loving yourself. Loving your flaws, loving your weaknesses, like loving yourself through anything. Not giving up on yourself, because if you give up on yourself, what makes you think other people aren't going to? If you don't learn to love yourself and appreciate yourself through everything, then nobody's gonna support you. No one's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. Like, it's so funny when girls are like, you know, I just want love. You don't even know what love is, hon. And I'm not saying that I know everything, but you don't even know what love is because you don't even love yourself, boo. Because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't be sitting there hating. Okay, don't take me serious on that. Please don't take me serious. But yeah, you have to learn to love yourself, and that is the biggest lesson for me. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning too, because sometimes I have my days, and you gotta speak to yourself. You don't let your body tell you what you're gonna do. It's on your mind. Like, you gotta train your mind for greatness. Ooh, right. Ooh. You gotta train your mind for greatness, okay? Because if you do not, then you're going to stop yourself. I'm telling you that right now. You're going to be the one to sabotage yourself, period. And it happens every single time. Let's do some setting spray. You're going to be the one to sabotage yourself. And how you gonna catch yourself slipping? Like, really? Self-love, I'm telling you. You have to love yourself. I'm not gonna stress that enough. Like, I can't stress that enough. You have to love yourself, because nobody's going to believe in your journey if you don't believe in your journey. Let me see. And this is what I'm using. Sorry guys, I'm gonna list all the products that I used in the description, okay? I promise. So if you didn't hear anything I said today, just remember to love yourself, love the journey that you're on, because nobody in life can stop you from what you want. Only yourself. Now, people are gonna be set to try you. Yeah, you're gonna be tried. You're gonna be tried, girl. You're gonna be tried. They're gonna try to stop you, because a lot of people don't want to see you succeed in life, and that's just the hard truth. A lot of people don't want to see you succeed in life. They say they do. They be in your corner and everything. They be supporting you, and then you be like, dang, well, what happened? What happened, yo? And that's when stuff starts to get real. Like, when you start losing people around you, yo, that's when you know. And some things just happen because you grow apart or whatever the case is, but you have to know who's gonna be there for you. My goal is to be, I do not want to be working a 9-to-5 all of my life. Heck no. And then when I figured out what my big dreams are, I'm like, yo, Avina Divine, I want to make a brand for myself. And my biggest dream is to have my own cosmetic line, okay? And I'm gonna get there. May not be right now, okay? May not be right now, but look, when you see me in Sephora, okay, and Ulta, and these big places, Don't say, come back to the same video, because I'm telling you, I want to do so. You have to dream big for yourself. You have to love yourself no matter what the situation is. People are always going to be there to have their say about things. People are always going to comment on your life, and you just got to be able to take it and keep moving. And just know that you love yourself too much to allow people to let you give up. Period. Period. My eyes are watering. You love yourself too much to allow people to comment on your life because they don't feel happy in themselves. I'm gonna go in with the NYX lip liner. So that's what my birthday, you know, that's what's on my mind for my birthday, is how far I've come, what I've done in life. And you may see stuff that you want and you may not have it right now, but your future is so bright. That's what I tell myself. You gotta talk to yourself. My future is too bright for me to be like looking at what other people have and like saying you're not where you're supposed to be, when in all reality I'm right where I need to be right now. You don't know what God be saving you from. This one is it, Bare. I picked up the wrong product. Apologize. Right here. So I usually put this on top. I've been really loving this one so much. I love a nude glossy lip. Like, I'm really into that right now. Don't be alarmed, y'all. Don't be like, it don't go with the look. Like, just wait. And this is a gloss from MAC. I got this when I was in New York. This is what the box looked like, and it came with 4. My sister stole, see me test, stole my favorite lip gloss from here. Okay, and it was a holiday one. It was the Nutcracker Sweet Nude Lip Gloss Palette. She stole it. Just stole it right off my hands. And I don't appreciate it. But I've been sticking with like a nude pink type of look. I don't know, I really, really love it. And you know, I swear by this. Love. Okay, so I'm gonna go throw on my lashes and then come back and talk to y'all about what I felt about the palette, using the palette, and also what I feel about the lashes too, because she was at the same event that I was at, and I picked up these lashes here from her, and I've been waiting to use these, and then I've been using this lip here. Okay, so this is the final look that we created together as a unit. I'm so proud of us because I did not know where we were going with this at all whatsoever, but your girl did it. Okay, so let's go over the palette. So like I said, we featured the Luna Beauty palette here, and again, this is the palette I got from the marketing event. And overall, I think the palette is really nice. It definitely has a lot of pigmentation. So this is the color that we use on the in the crease, and definitely really love this. Now, I didn't like take advantage of the whole palette, so maybe I'll do a look. If you guys want to see me take advantage of like most of the colors in the palette, definitely comment below, because I will do that because it has so many colors. But just using I used 2 colors in here, just using those colors, they're very pigmented. So the glitter, I like the glitter. It came out really nice. At first I was a little worried because it wasn't coming out on my brush. I don't want to show the mirror because then it's a reflection, but right here, this one here, it didn't come out a lot on the brush. And so I had to keep like literally I digged a hole in there, if y'all could see that, to get the glitter out. But as you can see the final product, after I really digged in there and got it, you can see the final product really came out very nicely. So overall, I really love the palette, and who doesn't want to support small black businesses? Like, yes, like we're winning, okay? So yes, I really love the palette. I definitely think you guys should definitely go pick this up, and I definitely think the presentation as well is very beautiful as well. I love the little glitter going on. And hold up, for all y'all vegans, okay, cruelty free, hold up, it is vegan and cruelty free. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but it is vegan and cruelty free, so you know I support, because a girl don't eat meat. So it's really nice and natural. So if you are natural, if you love natural products, I should say, if you're natural, if you love natural products, I definitely think this is a really great buy. Okay, your girl did it. And as far as the lashes, this is another brand that I picked up at the marketing event as well. And the lashes are really good. I really love the lashes. Do y'all love them? Look. Like, I really love the lashes. So I definitely think you guys should follow her. Shop Jama Beauty. Please don't get mad at me, okay? I'm sorry. I'm trying to support you. Please don't get mad at me. But if I said it wrong, definitely correct me. But yes, I'm gonna put all her information below so that you guys can go follow her. But that wraps up the tutorial. Thank you guys again for coming to my channel. I love you guys so much. Remember, like, I want us to be best friends, like best friends. So follow me, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. Tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your grandma, all of them, your long lost sister, like your cousin, your distant cousin. Tell them to come on and subscribe, because your girl is here and she's here to stay, okay? So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Remember to stay beautiful, keep your mind free and positive, then you will go far in life, and always remember to love yourself. All right, thank you for watching.